Lonely Attack on the Different World web novel. Chapter 3. There's no such thing as a clumsy attribute. Day 3. Cave. I'm hungry. It's my first time waking up from hunger. Do I get hungry when I run out of magic? Anyway, let's eat something first. Not that there's anything to eat but mushrooms. I lightly sprinkle the mushrooms with fire magic and then tear each mushroom into smaller pieces. I then drain the aquatic herbs that I found and make a salad. I want some dressing. Since the herbs have a light bitterness, I want something with a flavor to neutralize that. As expected, not having mayonnaise would be the biggest problem in another world. All I have are mushrooms. It's not possible, after all, if mayonnaise could be extracted from mushrooms. That would be a bigger surprise than being transported to another world. Anyways, my hunger has finally subsided. Let's wash my face. My daily routine is messed up. It's a tainted lifestyle in another world, except for the fact that I'm a loner. My level has risen, only level 2, but I should possess double the ability now. However, if I've become 2 times stronger, shouldn't there be some odd sensation? I do know that I feel stronger and faster, but not to the extent where I feel anything abnormal. In reality, it's not actually that I've become twice as strong, rather that I've gained twice the combat prowess. Regardless, I don't allow myself to become overconfident. The first thing that I can do seems to be strengthening myself. I can look for weak monsters to farm, but the problem is the possibility of encountering strong monsters. If I recall correctly, yesterday I gained some sort of martial art. It's this, Wrapping Magic Level 1. Magic Control. I can understand Avoidance and Premonition. The one that needs verification is probably Wrapping Magic. What do you wrap, I wonder? Then it's possible that a stalker will cling to it. Even though it's magical power is a stalker? What kind of martial art is this? Well, first of all, Appraisal-san, please. Wrapping Magic Level 1 strengthens your body by wrapping magic around it. Physical operation, physical strengthening, physical defense, corrected to magical defense. Oh, it's a value pack, a bargain, a value set. It's a bargain for housewives in another world. I had guessed that it would hold the effect of strengthening my body, but to think that it would actually be true. If I keep getting these wonderful skills like this, then there's no need to waste my time on a white room with a senile old man. Isn't it good in a different world? On the contrary, haven't I been weakened by going to that white room? Is this the feeling of your original ability being corrected by the status? Correction in status is more than doubled because of my level up. Furthermore, I will be strengthened by wrapping magic. How much stronger have I become? I can't master movement. If I could master it, then I might be able to pull off a hit and run, but I'll bump into something and fall. Fuck you! It seems like something that I'd say. It puts me at risk of gaining the Klutz as a title. I can't use it for now. It's probably the most efficient method to master wrapping magic. Practice, until I'm able to wrap my entire body in an instant. I don't feel that exhausted either, and it should be an ability that I can use. Is it cheap and delicious? Fat people would be happy. And yesterday, after the appraisal, went to level 2, wooden stick, basic clothes, leather gloves, cloak, contacts. Question mark has been exhausted. Why? Normally, when the level of appraisal is raised, question mark becomes visible. Until now, the stats such as offensive power and defensive power have become visible. But when the level of appraisal went up, the name became question mark. Why degenerate? Evolution skill? What am I supposed to do when I become less aware of when I need become more aware? My head is hurting like crazy, so let's go outside. Grace of the Forest. Its name is mushrooms. Isn't there anything else? Since it's a forest and all, wouldn't it make sense to have a variety of ingredients? Is this a mushroom village? Am I going to end up fighting with mushroom villagers? Was I summoned to the mushroom forest for the village war? The horrible war of washing blood with blood and wrapping it in chocolate also exists in this world. Translator's note. This is a reference to a meme born out of a feud on which of the snacks produced by the same company in the 1980s is tastier. I've already gathered mushrooms and gathered mushrooms. It's about time to practice magic wrapping. My goal is to be able to wrap my entire body within an instant. Then I try running in different directions while trying a variety of movements. I'm definitely moving fast, but I feel like rather than moving after thinking, I'm thinking and moving at the same time. My reaction speed has improved and I'm no longer making unnecessary movements. I'm going to need time to get used to this. If I level up again by the time that I get to use this, then there's no point, but you lose the moment you think like that. Am I going to start thinking that if I start working, then I start losing one of these days? Lightly, I can adjust the movement of my body while swinging the wooden stick. I attempt to trace my movements from the battle yesterday. I can only say that it feels great. From a bystander's perspective, it will appear that as if my movements have gotten sharper. It's hard to ask the goblin, so let's fight them to test it out. It's a secret that I tried movement and fell down. It seems that they come out near the river, but when I loop back, I can see many signs of their presence. It would be nice if I could find a small pack of them. I find 2 goblins, but they're not far apart like yesterday, so there's a high chance that it will turn into a 2v1. They're levels 9 and 11, slightly stronger than the ones from yesterday. I won't be fast enough to launch a sneak attack with just walking. I run from the side, but so as not to kill my momentum. There was a considerable resistance. Goblin A has become unable to move. I celebrated, but the goblin didn't move. Can you read the atmosphere? While avoiding the downward swing of Goblin B, I crouch down and move sideways. I circle to the back of the goblin and deliver a hit. Then I immediately fall back and set distance away and observe the situation. I don't let my guard down and pay attention to my surroundings. Have I done it? Despite acting as if I had let my guard down, the goblins do not show any hint of movement. It appears that they're dead. What a bunch of ignorant fools. It feels as if things went a lot smoother than yesterday. I'm not sure if it's because I've gotten used to fighting or if it's because of the level up. It's a pain to verify whether it's because of the effect of wrapping magic. It should be fine to leave it at the general conclusion that I've become stronger. At least I've now confirmed that I can fight goblins. I don't know of any other monsters but goblins, nor any other ingredients than mushrooms. Does the effect of magic wrapping extend to the wooden stick? It feels as if it's extending to the stick, but I'm not sure exactly what has changed. It does feel as if the stick has gotten stronger, though. I continue to look for more targets as I'm not yet exhausted. The next targets are 2 goblins, level 7 and level 8. I eliminate them both in one hit. The goblins get weaker as I go upstream. They are weaker in the closer that I get to the riverside. Is the most dangerous part of the forest straight from the cave? The goblins also move around, so I'm not sure, but there may be a gathering spot, so I need to be careful. I will aim for a temporary truce with the goblins. I head deep inside the forest from the cave side. There are 2 level 10 goblins and 1 level 13. As long as I kill the level 13 in a surprise attack, the remaining 2 will be easy to deal with after. Level 13, huh? As expected, they've become stronger. Dealing with 3 at the same time seems a bit scary, so I'll leave them here for now. On the way back to the cave, I deal with the level 11 and level 10 goblin in a flash. The level of the goblins are lower, as heading down to the river. In this case, I have my new hunting ground. If I try to fight goblins level 10 and above with brute force, then I'll lose, so I sneak attack them from behind, haste, evade, and land a blow from the back. Using these 3 tactics are necessary. Any goblins above level 10 can only be defeated by building up momentum and sneak attacking them from behind. I will lose the fight without relying on sneak attack until I master movement. Why do I have to beat goblins to death with a stick as well? In a world of magic and swords, I'm unemployed and hitting things with a stick. What are the future prospects of a person that ambushes goblins from behind with a stick? Ambushing with a stick makes me no different than a goblin. I arrive home, slightly dazed. I weep slightly at my pitiful self. There is no need to deliberate on my dinner. It's mushrooms. Bon appetit. For the time being, I put firewood and other resources into the corner of the cave. Even if I call them resources, they're easily breakable. Regardless, it's a tree that defeated a demon. If I leave it alone, it'll eventually become firewood. If it can be processed, furniture and tools can be made. After that, I haven't used these clubs, and I'll probably never use them, but let's leave a few of them in the item bag. I have no spare weapons yet, and there's no harm in being too careful. After bathing, I lie down in my tent. My back hurts if I lie on the cave floor, so I have a sleeping bag, but I want a bed that has double cushioning. Even a loner wants a comfy bed. My level didn't rise, so I guess it's not so easy after all. The rise of level is slow and bad. You can't become strong overnight. I guess I just have to learn things one by one. Consider, train, test, and practice skills, verify results, and improve skills. We have to make trials and errors endlessly and build up our own way of fighting. We have no choice but to improve ourselves little by little. Since I've transferred to another world, it doesn't have to be a cheat, but a technique or weapon that's cool is not too much to ask, is it? These skills are too plain. Another world. Don't think. It's important to be steady, surely. So it seems that a high school student before the examination were selected, and my class seems to be useless. Translator's note, he's talking about the center exam that all high school students take at the end of the year. It's an important exam that can quite literally decide your future, just like the SAT. I can use wrapping magic. The effect was tremendous, and although the level up and other factors might have something to do with it, I can definitely fight the goblin. If you can defeat it in such a short time, you will not be surrounded by its friends. I ambushed level 13, but it was still hard to defeat. It was a tough opponent indeed. There is still most likely a higher level opponent. Before my level rises, my skill level might rise. I should probably use my skills frequently in order to level them up. After that, I want a decisive factor. If I have the speed to attack and escape, I can control the battle. If I can master the movement skill, I can do that. That's right, I practice movement until I go to sleep. Oh, it hurts. Ugh. Oh, ate. Fue. This is going to be quite hard. My walking has leveled up. I may have increased my speed and my travel distance would have increased, but with this, the difficulty of using movement has also risen.